I'm sitting at the dining table trying to discern if my mother's face is crossed by wrinkles or the reflections of the light and a bottle of wine between us. There's a new one each time I come back home, like she's counting how many times my feet cross the threshold and wipe off English mud on a French doormat. Today is the 5th time in 3 years across her forehead. The dishwasher is full. No one wants to empty it. The table is covered in crumbs. No one wants to clean it. The cat is getting old. No one wants to say it. And I swear this bag of mints has been on the kitchen counter since Christmas 3 years ago. I'm sitting at the dining table and I marvel to my mother about how thoughtful my little brother has become. She says he's been like this for months. And how could I not notice in the tone of his voice in the background of telephone calls? When I went home for Christmas, my little brother was taller than me. This summer he was taller than my dad. He was the best on his basketball team and he could dunk on the low hoops in the village playground, but still. Last time I went home, my little brother kissed me on the cheek, apparently past this prudish impression that being a boy meant staying coy and quiet and not loving your family. So now my little sister, she's the same age I was when I first had sex. When we go to the city, 2 minutes walk, 40 minutes bus and another 20 minutes walk, I find myself following her footsteps at night to tell her all the men don't find her mature like they say they do. That's kind of the point. To tell her that she doesn't have to force herself to like weed, some people just have anxiety. Tell her that if she's going to get drunk, at least don't do it in the harbour, because someone fell in there last week again and died. And tell her that she will be loved, like a fucking Maroon 5 song. But I just tell her off for coming home too late, because she's already doing a hell of a lot better than I was at her age. And I probably don't need to explain to her how not every love will be a great love, but sometimes I wish someone was there to tell me that, even today. And you see, I'm still sitting at the dining table with my mum, so I could just ask her for this reassurance, but I just hope she guesses somehow. Instead, we talk about spending the next holiday at my grandparents' house. Like this time we'd be better at pretending not to notice that they don't actually spend any time in the swimming pool when we're not around. And when they bought it, it was really their grandkids' affection they were trying to buy, as if we wouldn't go see them otherwise. Now someone's missing.
Sorry.
You see, it's 10 p.m. and my dad should be home by now. I mean, he drives so fast everywhere, you'd think he'd always be home early. Or maybe that's why he's not here yet. You see, my dad's got a habit of complaining about how tired he is, but never actually sleeping anywhere but at the wheel of his car. So I always get in with him when I can, play the radio super loud and tell him about a million things he probably doesn't care about. But tonight the radio is probably silent. Because I'm not in the car. I'm at the dining table with my mum.